Hi guys, it's Thursday with Kinsman. Jazz hands. So there are two very special things that happen today. One, it's the date of the general election in Britain, which means that today everybody who is a British citizen over the age of 18, not currently residing in a prison or a mental hospital, and not a member of the monarchy, gets to go out and decide who represents them in Parliament. And this person that represents them is usually a member of a party, i.e., Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrat, Green, if you're very unfortunate, BNP. But sometimes you get an individual candidate that stands and is not loyal to a particular party, so that generally benefits the constituency as a whole. But sometimes your voice doesn't get heard. This is because I study politics, right? So what you should do is, if you are a British citizen over the age of 18, not currently residing in a prison or a mental hospital, and not a member of the monarchy, is that you should go out and vote, and you should vote for what you genuinely think will make the country a better place. Because I can't vote. So it's up to you to decide my future, and I'd quite like to have a nice future. So, you vote for what you would think will benefit me most. You see how this works? The second is that tonight I'm going to see Kill Hannah with Chazza at Manchester Academy 3. So if anybody happens to be going, nudge nudge wink wink, I will see you there. And we will say no more on that topic until I get back from it. Okay, so the theme of the week is 5 books, and I apologise for the speed at which I'll be going through them. It's just I've got a lot of stuff I want to get through, and this is the second time of shooting, because the first time it took about half an hour to get through all of my material, which clearly is too long for you. So the first book you should know if you're any self-respecting YouTuber, and it is Paper Towns by John Green. I would have used Looking for Alaska, but my friend Sophie has borrowed it. So here this is, representing John Green, and because you're a self-respecting YouTuber, we don't need to go through why this one is awesome and why awesome. Book the second is by Walter Moores, and it's called The Alchemist's Apprentice. This is just one of a great series of books he's written about a fictional continent called Zemonia, where each of the books is about a different character, so they don't have to be read in any particular order. And because he's an illustrator for comics, it's filled with beautiful illustrations such as this one, par exemple.
And he is generally brilliant. There are more books if you would like to read them. There's about 4 that are available in English. You read them unless you speak Dutch rather well until they translate.
The third book is a classic, The Great Gatsby, possibly the great American novel by F. Scott Fitzgerald, who also wrote The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. But this one is his better book, and this represents all classics in my collection because I couldn't decide, so The Great Gatsby was the nearest. Picked up that brilliant book, picked up possibly gay narrator, ending that will make you deeply sad, if not cry. Moving. Fourth book, I Captured the Castle, Dodie Smith, the woman that would later go on to write 101 Dalmatians. It's about a family that live in a castle but can't afford proper food. The main character aspires to be a writer like her father, but her father has writer's block. And it's a romance, but it is absolutely brilliant. Read it or regret it for the rest of your life. And last but not least, I have The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. Can't pronounce that name without reading The Spine. It's about a man who involuntarily travels through time and ends up at some point in his own past or future, naked and hungry, and about how his hair coat make you cry at the end. That's it for my books, so let's move on to blog of. So this week's blog of the week is a Tumblog by a person called Planet of the Vistas, which is their Tumblr name, obviously not their real name. And they blog a lot about Doctor Who, especially the new series with Karen Gillan and Matt Smith. And I'll briefly explain this because it's quite important. The new assistant is called being my first name as well as that character, and she is getting
Married to a character called Rory, which happens to be the name of my younger brother, which I find creepy and wrong. Moving swiftly onwards, anyway, her blog is brilliant. You know Harry Potter stuff, you get funny bits about people's lives and just reblogging. Anyway, generally brilliant crap you would expect from me in my usual recommended blog, apart from it's not crap. Needed crap's just right.
Okay, so the worst present I ever got is possibly Barbies that my great aunt Anne, before she died, insisted on sending me every year until I was about 12, at which point she died. And it was like, stop with the Barbies! Jess wouldn't because it's too big, so it's got its own video at my channel and can be found in the doobly-doo for all people that are interested. How to make a cup of
Tea, which makes me feel so much.
And lastly, before I go, I have to discuss what London was like. Okay, what we did while we were there. We saw a protest, which it wasn't clear what it was for. There appeared to be anarchists, gay people, and nudists there, so we weren't totally sure what they were protesting, but it was in Parliament Square. What else did we go see? We went to the National Gallery because I couldn't cope, so we went out into the pouring rain all weekend.
We went to the V&A, get into the Natural History Museum. The queue was 2 hours, but the V&A was very good, and we saw lots of lovely from particularly statues, which I liked. Dad actually took me to see Iggy Pop, or Iggy and the Stooges, as he was performing. And in the mosh pit, the bruise that I got when Joe has gone green. See? Green! Imagine what it's going to end up looking like. I have no idea how long this video has taken, but I'm really, really hoping that it's under 7 minutes. It probably isn't, even with the speed at which I'm talking. So Thursday, when hopefully I have a lot less to say it a lot more coherently and slower. Bye!